Hello and welcome to this mini documentary. I'm Deanna Allison, and in this video I'll show you around the southern Austrian city of Graz in the province of Steiermark. We visited this lovely city in 2022 and stayed a couple of nights, so this is really a short snapshot or video postcard. With a population approaching 1/3 this is Austria's second largest city after Vienna. We had time to feel the atmosphere of the city and left knowing that there was still lots to see when we come back. In 1999, the city's historic centre was added to the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites. Graz was designated the Cultural Capital of Europe in 2003, and its centre is a colourful and eclectic mix of different influences, from medieval to the Renaissance, Baroque, Art Deco and the ultra-modern. It's worth walking the streets and pausing every so often to take in the architecture and rich history of the city. Take a moment to admire the streets, the church spires, the windows and roofs. Even the signs above shops are often a work of art. Graz became a city of culinary delights in 2008. The city is surrounded by lush farmland and peaceful wine country. As a foodie, you'll feel right at home in Graz. You'll find local cuisine using regional and seasonal products at every corner, and there's plenty of international cuisine too. On our first evening we had traditional Backhendl, and on the second we enjoyed a Vietnamese meal. Whether it's a meal or a quick drink, the cafés, bars and restaurants of Graz have got it covered. The Graz Art Museum, or Kunsthaus, has been called the Friendly Alien because of its unusual design, and it is one of the architectural landmarks of the city. It was built as part of the European Capital of Culture celebrations in 2003. But we'll have to wait for our next visit to look inside because we ran out of time on our brief visit to the city. Graz is southeast of the Alps, and due to its position, its climate is influenced by the Mediterranean. In fact, walking around, enjoying the atmosphere and sitting outside at one of the many pavement cafes or bars, the city certainly has a Mediterranean rather than an alpine feel. Graz is about 350 metres above sea level, and it can certainly get cold in winter, but in summer temperatures are generally pleasant. Graz is an easy city to get around with an efficient Straßenbahn or tram system. The tram from the railway station is fast and efficient, and there are several lines with a length totalling about 70 kilometres. Don't forget to validate your ticket when you climb aboard, inserting it into the machine inside the car. If you have a multiple journey ticket, you only need to validate it the first time you use it. The trams in Graz are good value for money. Tickets can be purchased from the ticket machines on the tram or at selected locations in the city, or you can buy online. Tickets are available for different periods of validity, including 1 hour, 24 hours, a week, a month, or a year, and allow unlimited changes of vehicle within the validity period. Graz is situated on the river Mur, which rises in the central eastern Alps in Austria. The Mur's total length is around 464 kilometres or 288 miles. The Mur Insel, or Mur Island, is an artificial floating island in the middle of the river in Graz city centre, and it can be reached from either riverbank via a footbridge. Described by its designer, Vito Acconci, as a bowl that morphs into a dome that morphs into a bowl, the island is in the form of a giant 47-metre-long seashell. The centre of the platform forms an amphitheatre, and below a twisted round dome there is a cafe and a playground. There are also plenty of other bridges connecting the city on each side of the river. Once you reach the city centre, it's worth heading up the Grazer Schlossberg, which is a massive dolomite rock that forms the core of the historic old town of the city. It rises 123 metres above the eastern side of the Mur River. We found the Clear restaurant on Schlossberger Platz a nice spot to stop for a drink, and it's right in front of the Schlossberg. The pigeon fountain in the Schlossberger Platz was created in the late 1940s by the artist Walter Ritter. From Schlossberger Platz you can reach the clock tower by climbing over 260 steps up the Kriegsteig, or War Mountain Path stairway, which has viewing platforms. When you get to the top, you will be next to the Schlossberg Uhrturm, or clock tower. Another way to reach the top is by the lift, which ascends inside the mountain. It's reached by walking past the steps and through a tunnel to the lift shaft. You'll also find a Märchenbahn or fairy tale train in here. Another alternative route up the mountain is the funicular railway, but this was closed when we visited. The Grazer Uhrturm is a 28-metre high clock tower standing on Schlossberg, and with clock dials over 5 metres in diameter and gold-plated hands, it's a major landmark in Graz. The core of the Graz clock tower probably dates from the 13th century and is one of the oldest buildings on the Schlossberg. There's plenty else to see on the Schlossberg, such as the Hacker Lion, a replica of the original which honours Major Franz Hacker, who in 1809 led the defence of Schlossberg against a French attack. And there's the Chinese Pavilion with its views over the city, which was built around 1890. Before leaving, we stopped at the Café Bar Iola just near the clock tower and enjoyed the great views over the city. I particularly liked looking down at the rooftops of the buildings close to the Schlossberg. I could see lots of architectural detail that just wasn't visible at ground level. As we explored the city, right in the centre we found the historic Hauptplatz, which was the central market square of Graz from about 1160. The current Rathaus, or City Hall, was built between 1805 and 1807 in a classical style. Leading off the Hauptplatz is Herrengasse, a Baroque boulevard running parallel to the river. Here we admired the Herzogshof, a building whose front is painted. The entire 220 square metre facade is decorated with images of Greek and Roman gods. A short walk from Herrengasse is the Grazer Dom, or Graz Cathedral. Construction of the late Gothic style building started in 1438. It is richly decorated inside and features a Baroque high altar. The pulpit was built in 1710 and features elaborate high Baroque decor. Nearby is the mausoleum of Holy Roman Emperor Ferdinand II, who died in 1637. And that's it for this video. There's still plenty to go back and see in Graz. We didn't see everything, but we got a really good introduction to the city in just 2 days, and the things we didn't see yet give us all the more reason to visit this beautiful Austrian city again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe.